streaming it to 3 different places tonight. Streaming it to both the YouTube channels and to Twitch just to see what I can get, you know?
Yeah, Twitch account.
Huh?
I got to get the Twitch thing going. I still don't have a Twitch.
I've streamed to Twitch before. Normally when I would take and stream to Twitch, it was mostly playing like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. But I warned my channel last week. I said, look, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out. And probably for the first 3 weeks after it drops, you're going to see nothing but streams of that on this channel, along with a music reaction here and a music reaction there. Because, that's just been 8 years. 8 years we've been waiting on this damn game.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, to me, I'm very excited for because, again, I'm a massive, massive fan of Project Red because of Witcher. I don't think Project Red is really known for anything else other than Witcher.
Not really.
That's it. So to me, the Witcher series was so fucking well done. I don't know about the books. I never read the books, but the fucking video games, I played all 3 games. I fell in love with all 3 games. I recently restarted playing Witcher 3 again because of Cyberpunk. Waiting for Cyberpunk, I just was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do one more round of it before I buy the game. And I started playing again last week, so I'm restarted my Witcher 3. And it's such a fucking epic game. And I was talking to you about the fact, like, just the difference between Valhalla, the new game now out that everyone's playing from fucking Assassin's Creed, and how Witcher 3 came out in 2016. Actually, you can actually consider 2015, and the graphics are still better, I find, than the Valhalla graphics. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm just not a fan of that Assassin's Creed game. It's really. I played 2 hours and a half of it, and I haven't gone back. I played 2 hours and a half, and I bought the game 2 weeks ago, actually, and I never went back. I will. I know I'll go back. I know I will. For now.
Well, I know one thing. It's I will say this. For me, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's the storyline itself. It's the story itself, and it's building the settlements and the side quest stories and stuff like that. It kind of tie into everything. For me, that's what got me hooked to that game.
The fighting. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I'll talk after. I apologize. I don't mean to.
But now, like far away distances, like the mountains and everything in the distances, and some of the the monasteries and everything. So that's beautiful, beautiful. Once you get up on stuff, that's when you start seeing some of the the warts and stuff like that in the graphics. I mean, it's not like it's horrible, but they could have done a lot better job, especially with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X coming out and it being in development for a couple of years. It seems like they had development kits already for that. So
I just look at it. I look at the fingers of the characters. They look really cheaply done. It looks really fast. It looks like they put in some effort on the faces, but then the rest, like the body and the hands and the feet and the legs, everything just looks crap. It looks very clunky. They look very like Ninja Turtle-y almost looking. Fuck, they're all like big, fat, weird looking people. I don't know, man. I recently was playing again Witcher 3 today, and then I went just to check, and I'm like, the graphics are better on Witcher 3 than the graphics on Valhalla, or very similar.
Yeah, they are similar with the way.
And that's not a good thing, considering that Witcher 3 came out in 2015. That's a 5-year difference. And when you look at 2018's Red Dead Redemption, it completely destroys graphics on the Valhalla. So again, the Project Red just did such an epic job on that game, and that's the reason why I'm, as you stated, very excited for Cyberpunk. I am a little iffy though, because there hasn't been very many first-person shooters in my life that I've considered replayable, other than maybe GoldenEye way, way, way back in the day. So we'll see. I'm trusting them. It's Project Red. I think it would have been better in third person, but they know what they're doing. So I'm gonna have faith and think, okay, they know what they're doing. That it's not going to be clunky, even in first person. It's not going to feel too much like this.
Well, see, I think it's actually a good thing they put that game in first person, just for the simple fact of when you got stuff in third person, you got to kind of draw that camera back some. So then you're going to have, then you get problems with aspects and everything like that whenever you're trying to take and draw all this stuff out. So your character models and stuff like that, you've only got a certain amount that you can take and put towards that, and you've got to spread it so thin. I think it's actually a better thing being first person like that, because then you can see the vibrancy of everything a little bit better, and they can put more towards all that kind of stuff. I like the fact that I don't know if you've seen, but the map's supposed to be a little bit smaller than The Witcher, but it's going to be the space is going to be vertical instead of like spread out that way.
Yeah, I really hope. I don't mind if it's DLC. I don't mind downloadable content. I really, really, really hope Project Red does not go Rockstar. I'm gonna be really fucking mad if it's because they're planning on doing a fucking shared online bullshit, fucking Rockstar Red Dead Redemption Online crapapalooza, and such a shame when it's like. I really hope that Project Red's not going in that direction. I know it's the big money maker for fucking companies to start doing that shit, but again, I don't think I don't know. We're gonna try. I'm gonna try to say it directly on Cyberpunk 77 tonight. But you did hear the news about what they're talking about Grand Theft Auto. The next series is gonna be like, right?
No
storyline.
So it's gonna be like a big sandbox. You make your own stories.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not opposed to that, to be honest with you. I'm really not, because then you take and create a narrative of what goes on. It gives you greater freedom as a content creator, and also, like, instead of being tied down to a linear storyline, you can kind of, if you've got the interaction possibilities to take and create your own storyline and create the
character. You're not going to have any character development. You're not going to have a story. It's just going to be online playing, fuck with your friends and fucking around. And whatever. To me,
well, see, now that
I want my first person campaign. I need a first person campaign in a game. Fuck. To me, that just sucks. It's like what's it called there? That fucking game that all the kids play with the fucking dance and shit like that. Fuck.
Fortnite.
Yeah. Like Fortnite. I don't want Fortnite, man.
Well, GTA is basically, the online aspect of it, at least as far as I'm concerned, is basically you take and do whatever you want. So if you want to take and set something up to, like, you want to be a big drug runner, well, you take and get whatever's needed to take and do that. If you got a posse with you, well, you take and add them to it. Y'all all do it together, and then everybody's gunning for you in the game, and it adds that drama. You don't exactly have to have the character development, but I understand with the single player campaigns, because I'm like that too. I like the single player a lot better than I do multiplayer stuff.
I'm not. Again, I know you kind of are a little bit on the online gaming thing. I don't online game at all. I can't stand it. I've tried it before. Other than NHL, EA Sports, occasionally I'll do it on a boring night. But I want my single player campaign. That's how I like. I like getting lost in a fucking game, not talking to people. The whole point of me when I get into my video games is not to deal with people. I'm trying to get away from people. I have friends in real life. I have fucking family in real life. I've got a wife in real life. I got a job. I deal with people all fucking day. I don't want to deal with people when I get in my video game. My video game is my headspace. Get motorcycling and video games. Getting the fuck away from people. That's what that's for me, man.
Well, see, for me, the only game I really play online is it's just playing COD, and I'm about to take and delete that game because it's giving me enough problems. I've got it from a PC. My PC went down. I put it on my PS4. It's right here on my desk. The wife started playing it, so she took and upgraded from Warzone to the full game. So she went. That's all she plays basically is COD. So that's the only game I really play online. The only other game I've seen to where I'm like, that looks like an interesting game is the game DayZ. But, I think if CD Projekt Red, even if they take and when they do the multiplayer, if they do it, the thing with Cyberpunk is, especially it coming from the tabletop background that it comes from. I mean, they could do all kind of quests and alternate storylines and stuff, but I think it'll make for more interesting online play than what GTA has. regardless if they take and do it the same way as GTA. I think you got much better.
I don't mind if they have a online component, if they want to do an online component after the main storyline is done and they have their own online component. I would prefer, however, that they do kind of like Witcher 3, where they just bring in some more downloadable content to the game after the game is done. And like they did with I always bring it up, Bethesda, like how Bethesda does it. Downloadable content after the game is done. That to me is chill. I don't mind paying extra for downloadable content to keep the game going. But the straight just online shoot 'em up, fuck, let's go battle it out crap. It's so fucking boring to me. I don't know. It's just like whatever. It's not fun. It's, you know, you're going out there, all you do is, okay, whoever spent the most money is obviously gonna win the fucking game, and whoever the people that are just in there trying to have fun and trying to play the game the right way. Either what happens is the company doesn't like you very much, so they just make it impossible for you to play it the right way, or they do let you play it the right way. It's for a limited certain amount of time before they change it up, so that way you have to end up paying later on. If you heard Rockstar right now with the Red Dead Online, you were doing where you were getting skill points in order to get gold bars on Red Dead Online. They've removed now that option. It's a 30-day notice now. If you don't spend your money in 30 days, to take it away from you, and it's restart over again. So like they did it in a way that you have to use real money in order to purchase shit if you don't use it within a 30-day period of time.
Well, hopefully they don't take that route.
Well, Rockstar has been going that direction. Well, with GTA 5, yeah, it's been like that. So,
but I know with probably over 100 hours worth of storyline and side quest stuff that you can take and do, I wouldn't imagine they take and dump all their time into the multiplayer aspect of what they're working on. Mm-hmm. You'd have to imagine they've got a couple of teams working on some kind of DLC like they had for The Witcher that adds to the story. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they take and add like a co-op mode instead of like what people are thinking with GTA, which I'd be fine with. They did the same thing with Ghost of Tsushima there on PS4. They took and added the co-op, so you could take and go in and either choose a single player mode, or you could take and choose a co-op, buddy up with one of your buddies on your friends list, and then you take and go do the storyline together. And if they did something like that and added DLC for like co-op and stuff like that'd be freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. That way you both have the chance to experience the story together or whatever, you know, you're mm-hmm. playing. So that I wouldn't be so, you know, I'm not going to be against that at all, but I have a feeling with all the source material from Cyberpunk 2013 mm-hmm. and Cyberpunk 2020, the tabletop, they've got enough they could pull from there to take and actually do quite a bit of DLC.
Cyberpunk is literally it's like a D&D from what I remember hearing. It's very much like a D&D game, but futuristic instead of like sorcerers and shit like that. So it's a lot like of cybernetic parts being installed into you. So for like people who, by the way, how many people are watching right now? Do we got viewers?
We've got 4 people watching.
Nobody commenting. Don't be afraid to comment, guys. By the way, tonight I'm drinking Loop. It's a Montreal brewery. It's supposed to be kind of like a how would I state this? Those orange popsicles with vanilla ice cream. I always forget what they're called. Creamsicles. It's supposed to be like a creamsicle IPA. It's got hops to it. It's got a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of orange peel extract added to it. But it's mostly barley, wheat, and hops. So it's got a bit of a sour note to it. How you doing in for the grill? So
cheers for you. Cheers to you, man. Hopefully everything's going good for you tonight. We're just talking some video games. Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077. I think we're both definitely waiting on that game to come out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking very, very forward to it. Again, was a massive fan of the Witcher franchise, all 3 games. Like the show, I liked. I'm not going to say I was in love, but I think it has a potential to be a really good show. I think the first season showed potential. They need to put a little bit more money in it, Netflix, so they can't cheap out if they're going to do this show. It's got to be done right, and it's got to be done expensively. Unfortunately, it's like you You can't do this shit on the nickel and dime. If they can't do it, I think they need to hand it over to HBO and let HBO take care of it because they know how to do shit. And
well, if Netflix does like they do with everything else, only get other than Stranger Things, and only gives it like 2 seasons or 3 seasons, I believe HBO would step right in and be like, "Hey, we'll take that on. Come on, over here."
Yeah, again, if you're gonna do it right. Do it the same way you're doing with the Umbrella Academy. I think Netflix is doing a great job with that show so far. I'm not going to talk too much about the news that happened this week with that, but saying I thought they did a good job with that show. It's got a nice big budget to it. It looks good. Do the same thing with Witcher. Give it the proper respect. I thought season 1 was decent. It was watchable. I had some small reservations when it came to the actual computer graphics. I thought they looked kind of cheap and shit like that. But I thought Henry Cavill looked exactly like, Geralt, so I was cool with that. And honestly, I didn't really care too much that they use people of different ethnicity to play parts of fucking white people. I really don't care. Like, it's so boring. But I'm very much of the mindset that anybody can play anything, but it has to go both ways. Meaning, like, always, it's acting. Acting should be acting. Fuck, I don't care.
But, yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So CD Projekt Red hasn't disappointed me yet, but again, they haven't made very many games. So, but I'm really excited. This is the game that was supposed to come out last year. It took 1 full year extra time to come out. This is going to be, I think, probably the last game I buy for this generation's fucking consoles.
But if you take and get a PS5, or if you've got a PS5 or an Xbox Series
I'll
X,
buy an Xbox, but I'm going to PS5. I'm changing from Xbox to PS5. I'm not going to the Xbox. I'm going to actually get the PS5. But I'm going to wait to get the PS5 probably till May, June, July. I'm not buying it for a while. I'm going to wait. I'm waiting for the first wave and all the fucking rings.
All the bugs to be worked out.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait. Did you even see with that the fact that the PS5 shipped with 2 different fans and one of them makes a whole lot more noise than the other one does?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, so it's like how one of them's got like 17 blades, the other one's got like 20 something. So the one with 20 is a lot quieter than the one with 17. How the fuck do you pull that off? Like, who in engineering missed this shit? That's what I'm wondering. Who at QA missed this? Like, wrong fan, put it there. It seemed like that'd have been. But if you get Cyberpunk 2077 on PS5 or the Xbox Series X, you're getting the same one they're getting for the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X.
Well, it's a game that was developed for PS4 and for Xbox One. So honestly, I don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference when you switch up. I'm very much in the mindset, and I said that last time I talked to you, that for me, the first year of the consoles, honestly, especially now for some reason.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to take and get it. You're going to get games made for both systems. You're not going to get any really dedicated games to either system really until the middle part of the latter part of next year, around the next holiday season.
By Christmas next year is when the real fucking deal is going to start coming out, and there's going to be using the potential of systems. But right now, what they're doing is they're being really lazy. Like, normally you'll have at least 6 or 7 exclusives for each fucking console. When the first console comes out, this time they did shit. They made the SpiderMan for PlayStation 5, and they made nothing for Xbox. 0. There's not a single game that's exclusively for the Xbox fucking Series X. Everything is Xbox One, but just updated for Series X.
Mm-hmm.
What's the fucking point of buying a Series X right now? And they're wondering why PlayStation outsold them 2-1. They got no games. Not a single game came out. Name one game that came out for Series X that's not on Xbox One.
None of them. And it's going to be like that for a long while, too, because every game that's exclusive to Xbox is going to go straight to the Game Pass. And if you can play it on the Series X, you can play it on the PC, and more than likely you'll be able to play it on the Xbox One X or your Xbox. Mm-hmm. I can kind of understand because if you want that ray tracing with the Series X, it'll give you some of that little extra pop. Cool beans. That's the only reason why that's the only reason why you got the fucking Series X at this point. You can get, like, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Not even all games even support that. Even for PCs, a lot of games still don't support ray tracing, and it's been out for over 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I get it. It's always going to be like that. There's always going to be a console war. I think most of the time, I think it's Well, it used to be when we were kids, it was like the children that were forcing the parents to buy it. But now it's sad. It's adults that are the ones going in the store and beating the shit out of each other for a fucking video game system. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking 47 years old. Just fucking wait a month. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Yeah,
I think the other problem is there's too many fucking influencers out there. There's way too many video game influencers out there, and they're all getting free systems from the fucking companies. I think like at least 7,000 fucking systems were put aside just for fucking influencers before they even fucking got put out there. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Angry Joe and all the rest of those guys getting free fucking systems from both teams like immediately.
Well, you've also got people that still remember that still got that bad taste from the PS4 and the Xbox One launches, where Xbox One, oh yeah, it's gonna be an always on system. Like that fucked them up. Like a lot of people that switched from the 360 to the PS4, and they haven't gotten them back yet. Now, I have to say this. I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've got the PS4 and I got both the Xbox One. I actually prefer the Xbox because of all the different stuff I can do on it outside of gaming.
Yeah.
So,
well, I have the Xbox One, as you know. I had the PS4. And one of the reasons why I didn't purchase the PS4 right away is PS5 right away is because of what happened to me when I purchased the PS4 way back when it first came out in 2015. When I grabbed it, I was in people that grabbed it on the first button, and my shit died like about a year in. It just kaput. And I like right after the warranty, I don't know how it like redlined immediately, and I said, fuck it. And I saw that the Xbox One was $200 less than the PS4. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just grab the Xbox One. And I grabbed the Xbox One. And I'm happy with it. But my plan for the next 6-7 months after Cyberpunk is to buy a PS4 again and play all the games that I didn't get to play. The Last of Us Part 2 and this what's the one there with the zombies and the guys on the motorcycle? That one I want.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it right now. Days Gone or something like that.
Days Gone. So I want to play a couple of those games. God of War. I didn't get to play the last God of War, so I want to play that fucker. So I'm waiting 2 more months, and the PlayStation should drop down by 30-40%. They're all going to be around $200, and then I'm going to grab myself a PlayStation 4 and play on that shit for a while.
I didn't realize it till a couple days ago, but Miles Morales also released a PS4. And that's the only reason I wanted to get the PS5 other than Final Fantasy 16. Which will still be probably 2 years out.
Man, I'm honestly not sold on that Spider-Man game. I find they're all pretty similar. And this time it looks like a lot of smash button fucking cinematics, which is what I see when I look at the previews, and it looks like a lot of cinematic. Then it says press button X, smash button X, smash button X. And it's cinematics, smash Y, smash Y, smash Y. And it's that's a
lot of drama moments in that game, in the original one, where you had to take time button presses and stuff like that. I'm not opposed to that because the rest of it was fucking awesome enough as it was. And that shit, there's all kinds of stuff to do in that fucking game too. But I tell you, I was gonna say is
again, it depends on your style of gaming that you like. Like to me, there's a big.
I'm big on RPG
culture now of cell phone gamers. And they make me laugh. It's all these people that don't use console or PC and they just play Candy Crush and all the rest of that shit. And they're just
that's not gaming. I don't care what anybody says. It's not fucking gaming. If all you play is you're not a fucking gamer. I'll be a fucking snob and say it. Yeah. Fuck it. You're not a gamer.
Yeah.
If you take and play an emulator on your phone, cool beans. I'll respect that because hey, your phone can run that shit. So you're playing older games that you could play on the Nintendo or Super Nintendo. Cool. Nostalgia and everything. Candy Crush, bro, that's mind-numbing bullshit.
I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of games. We got Paul's in the building. How you doing, Paul?
What's up, Paul? Got to have some way to unwind.
What do millennials have in common with 8-year-olds? Video games. Man, I'm not a millennial. I'm a fucking Gen Xer, and I still fucking play video games. Fuck, because I got no kids. That's right. Fuck, I never had to grow up. But unlike Toys R Us, I'm still around.
I'm 38 and I play video games and I play them proudly. It's what keeps me fucking from going insane, especially with 2 kids.
Hey, they're saying it's amazing for your fucking memory. Like literally,
it is. And not only that, for your
they have studies that they put that shit in fucking homes for people that have like dementia, like onset dementia and Alzheimer's, like the beginning stages. And those people are doing better than the fucking people that are taking like the fucking drugs and shit like that.
Yeah, because it takes, and you've got to, not only that, people that take and play like if you play games that take and have stuff to take and go by, that's fast on the screen and everything, it also improves your reaction time behind the wheel driving a car, because you recognize stuff happening quicker than somebody who doesn't play video games.
We'll get back to the video games, but we should talk about the other cool thing that's happening right now. If you guys heard the big news that happened today, it actually came out massive.
Oh yeah, with HBO Max and
Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers giving the finger to the theaters, to the movie theaters, and saying, "Fuck y'all, we're done." And I don't know if everybody else thinks that this is the final nail, man. If Warner Brothers did it, Fox is going to follow suit. 20th Century Fox is definitely going to follow suit. MGM.
Beer Hounds.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before every fucking studio just says, fuck it. Why are we giving money to these fucking dying dinosaurs? Like they pay these fucking dinosaurs to have fucking movies put in their fucking theaters. Fuck. It's like, why give them any money if they can just go straight to fucking the streaming service? Fuck. You know? And I wouldn't be surprised if they end up just creating their own fucking streaming services. If MGM, Fox, and Golden Mirror, all the rest of that crap just say, fuck it, we're just going to do our own shit.
Well, see, my understanding is that they don't actually pay them to play those. Now, there's certain ones that they do, but the theaters don't make a whole lot of money off the ticket sales and stuff like that. They make like $1 per ticket sale. It's the concessions that the theaters make their money off of.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to kill them, because they release the stuff straight to home and the theater. Well, everybody's going to stay at fucking home and watch Suicides, the newest Suicide Squad that's released, or the fucking Batman that's released, and they're going to get the popcorn and their beer or whatever else they want to take and have while they're doing it, and then they're going to do it that way.
Yeah. Oh, we got some beer drinkers in the house. I'm doing some microbreweries tonight. I've got again, this is the Creamsicle Loop from Montreal Brewery, and after that, I'm going on something that I can't wait to drink. This bag.
Yeah, that sounds tasty.
Yeah, it's decent. It tastes to me like a soft IPA. All right, it's a soft IPA with a little bit of an orange zest and a tiny hint of vanilla off the back end. I wouldn't call it creamsicle.
Those are the fellas, Paul, that they wind up having to take out of the internet cafes and stuff like that because they died while gaming for like 48 hours straight. Those are the ones that take and have that problem. Trust me, I have not lost my interest in my wife or having sex with her. So, besides, there's other things in life besides video games. Video games is just icing on the cake.
I've been married for 15 years. I'm giving my wife a break. She's seen my dick enough. I've seen her titties enough, and she's seen my dick enough. It's like, whatever. We're 2 years off from becoming furries, man. So it'll be fine.
Well, I tell you what. Thankfully, me and my wife, my wife's fixed, so no more youngins. I love my kids to death, but thank God we can't do that no more. Because
Alan brought her to the vet, got her clipped.
Damn right.
Paid.
Got it to where no more puppies coming out. That's for sure. And it's a funny thing. I've got 4 girls. Everybody's like, "Hey, you gonna try for a boy?" Look what I'm batting. I'm batting 0 for. Why the fuck would I try again? I'm already below the Mendoza line. 1 for 5 is not going to help anything. Trust me.
I love when people ask me, because I'm 42, like, "Oh, you don't have any kids?" And I'm like, "No," and they're like, almost want to say they're sorry, and I'm like, "Why? I'm doing great, man." Like, I have 0 responsibility. My bank account's full. I have a job that I would have to quit if I had children. Fuck that. I like no kids around, right? No offense. So.
No offense taken. Trust me, I understand the reason why folks don't have kids. You still have money and stuff like that.
I do what I want. I've got zero responsibility. Fuck COVID or not, I got no stress. But
Jesus Christ, Paul! I feel sorry for the poor fella. Oh my God, 3 sets of twins. Oh Jesus Christ!
That's one flappy vagina in that house.
Jesus.
Can you even call it a vagina once 9 things have come out of it anymore, or do we just call it a fucking garage? I don't know. Some sort of cavernous entity.
Well, it doesn't quite work that in that manner. There's ways of taking and fixing that, but it's just Jesus Christ. That's a whole lot of kids. If he lives in the U.S., at least there's no taxes at that point because the government feels sorry for you. So, oh, Montreal. Oh shit.
He's in Montreal. Wow. Well, my wife never had no kids. That shit's still tight as fuck. I don't have to worry about it. No stretches. It doesn't. But I hear you husbands just love that shit anyways. You're like, I love it. That's where my children came from. But for me, I'm happy. It's not been destroyed by. I think I would feel angry at the child. I'd look at that mangled thing and I'd be like, I hate those kids. They did do it.
It doesn't. Oh my God.
I'm fucking with you. Okay, I'll stop talking about it.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get back to the movie shit.
This is the reason why we love you, Swami. This is the reason why we love you.
So what do you think? Are you happy? I'm fucking ecstatic. I love it. I can't wait to see Dune. Dune now is going to come out in December. Fuck yeah. I'm really excited for Dune. Excited for Wonder Woman 84. It actually looks pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie. It looks good.
I haven't even seen the first Wonder Woman. I just after fucking the first Wonder Woman I hear is real good, and it's kind of like
I liked it. What else I'm excited for? Zack Snyder cut. Even though the Justice League sucked so bad, I really want.
I heard the Zack Snyder cut's a lot different than what comes out of theaters.
The one that they replaced it with was so bad. I want to see how bad the Zack Snyder cut had to be for it to be replaced with that Josh Whedon piece of shit that I saw. So like, if that thing was better than the Zack Snyder, I can't wait to see the Zack Snyder.
Right. And
I have a feeling the only reason why it was cut is because Zack Snyder, even though he's not gay, Zack Snyder has he loves the male form, I will say. I don't know how else to put it. The guy likes to put like weird male form shit in his video where you kind of feel like he might be gay. But they say he's not. He's married and has kids, but I don't know. Whenever I see a Zack Snyder movie, I think he's one that did the 300, right? Zack Snyder?
I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure he did. It was Frank Miller's movie, but I think Zack Snyder was the one that did it. Man of Steel was Zack Snyder. Well, what else? What else did he do? Batman versus Superman was Zack Snyder. A lot of movies where he seems to. It's weird. Anyways, he's got this weird thing that he does that I think kind of creeps people out. But we'll see how it is. I want to see it. I just want to see it just to see how bad something has to be in order for that Josh Whedon piece of shit to be considered so viewable, because that movie was real bad. Like, no one can say that Justice League was good. I don't think there's a single person out there that will say that Justice League had any redeeming qualities whatsoever, which is weird because Aquaman was fucking awesome. Like, I liked Aquaman. I've watched that thing now 6 times. It's fucking fun. It's a good movie. Wonder Woman, fucking great movie. Man of Steel, I didn't mind it. There was even some positives to Batman versus Superman when it came to Batman. I love Ben Affleck as Batman.
I think he's made one of the best Batmen so far, and I think it's because
he looked Batman. He was tough, and he looked like he can kick some fucking ass. And for a change, because every Batman that's ever come out has always been this wussy, wimpy dude. And for once, they had a Batman that looked like he could mash some fucking people's heads in. And when you watch that fight scene, the warehouse fight scene in Batman versus Superman, when he goes in Martha, the Martha part there, the fucking hilarious part that everyone laughs about in that movie, which was funny. Martha. He goes into the fucking warehouse and he beats the shit out of all the fucking terrorists or whatever, the Russian guys, like Goon Squad, and he's throwing the fucking crates and he's like stabbing motherfuckers. And you look at that, you're like, I see him being able to do that. He's big enough that he looks like he could fucking do that. Whereas if it was like, Christian Bale, as much as we like the Christian Bale movies, Christian Bale was a horrible Batman. Let's be honest. The movies were great. The movies were fucking awesome.
Yeah, the storylines on them were really good. I mean, his voicing and that was like, what the fuck? Grab a Ricola, homie.
That's being mean.
So it
came out of that was, what's his name? The comedian that did like the college humor skits with the fucking voice, like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh hell! What even with the bad voice, he was better than Val Kilmer and George Clooney. Just saying.
Yeah, even as a kid, like I liked Michael Keaton. I thought Michael Keaton was cool, but he didn't like Michael Keaton had like no muscle tone. He was like smallish guy and stuff like that. But
yeah, he was
5 years old.
He was a dad bod Batman, is what he was.
Yeah. I was like 5 years old when that movie came out, so I'm like, everyone looked cool like to me. I was like, Batman. So I thought like, it was good and shit. But
hold on for 1 second.
I'm not a fan. While you're out, I'll talk. I wasn't a fan of the casting for this one with Robert Pattinson. I've honestly never seen a Robert Pattinson movie I've liked. Now, only 4 minutes of new footage and reskin of the bad guy. Maybe best call a re-edit. Okay, so you're talking about the Zack Snyder cut. I heard it was a fully fucking new movie. So it's only 4 minutes? I heard it was like 60% of the movie was redone. If it's only 4 minutes, that's weird. You sure it's only 4 minutes, Rough Sleeper? I don't know.
That seems like there'd be no reason to release that one.
Yeah. Well, they're saying they'll show Darkseid. So, like, I want to see Darkseid. But I think that was half the reason why the movie like stuck so bad is.
I'd like to see a live action Superman movie where they took it like Soviet Son or something like that, where instead of him landing in the U.S., he landed in Soviet Russia.
I would love to see the Brit.
Dude,
they did it on TV. They did it on TV for the Krypton show that recently got canceled, which was kind of decent. It had a WB-ish kind of thing to it, but I would love to see them do the Brainiac, the Brainiac storyline on film, because the animated version, when they did that animated Brainiac storyline, I don't know which one it was called. If anybody in the chat knows the name of the DC animated version when Superman fights Brainiac, Brainiac like steals like Krypton and puts it in like his ship and shit like that, that would be so fucking awesome if they did that live action.
I'd like to see them come out with the Batman series based around the section of the comics around the Council of Owls storyline.
Oh.
That was really good.
I hear they're going to be doing the Dark DC Dark though, Justice League Dark with Constantine and Batman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing is going to be coming out. Both ones are good. I like them. They're not amazing, but they were good.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, dude.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right. Yeah, we've went off to Cyberpunk, which was one of the main reasons we were doing the stream tonight. But I'll tell you what.
We'll go back to Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, with the HBO stuff though.
Yeah.
But you, as a consumer, you have to be excited about something like that. Like we don't have HBO Max right here, here at the house right now. But just with everything that's coming and all being able to take and watch all the new movies and stuff like that, going directly to it, it's kind of hard not to be like,
HBO Max is worth it simply for fucking Raised by Wolves. That show is fucking amazing.
I keep hearing that. I've yet to take and see it.
It's so fucking good. Like, I love that show. That show, to me, there was 2 shows that came out this year that fucking were fucking perfect. That's Raised by Wolves, and the other one is Lovecraft County, which I really liked. A lot of people were so about it. I loved it. I thought it was fucking great. Completely different. And same thing with Raised by Wolves, just something so fucking new that you couldn't put your fucking finger on it. It was like, that was fucking badass. And you get like hints of like Prometheus and of Aliens because it's the same director and writer. But it's not, but you think it's from the same universe. You honestly do. And it's nice seeing Ragnar back from Vikings back on TV again.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here's the stuff.
Yeah, Rough Sleeper is right. And it's like 4 or 5 total minutes of added content. That's it.
Well, still want to see it. I just want to see what Dark Side looks like. But yeah, it was really bad, Justice League. That thing was so like I don't think I've ever seen I don't know. I'm trying to think of a worse superhero movie than Justice League.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Maybe the second iteration of the Fantastic Four, that was pretty fucking awful. But
I actually preferred that one to the first iteration of it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like it, but I think the first one was fucking goofy. It was like that was just Walt Disney to the max. But again, I'm not a big fan of the Walt Disney takeover of Marvel Universe, other than Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man has a great place. I think they did a good job with Iron Man. And the only movie I think I could say that I really loved from Walt Disney have been the Guardians of the Galaxies. Those were great. And Thor Ragnarok. But only Ragnarok. I thought the other Thors were shit, the other two. So Ragnarok was great. The Avenger movies, to me, I don't know. I don't know why, but I just found it was too Walt Disney-ish. I was very it just felt like toys. Like it just felt like that was just pushing out toys. So that and the Secret Wars and shit like that. I don't know.
They got a shit more ton of stuff planned for 2021 and 2022 with the MCU. It's crazy. I'd like to see a reboot of Luke Cage, the Netflix series that they took and
stopped. Well, I really hope they keep the Punisher series going. I hope that they reboot it in fucking the streaming service for Walt Disney, but they won't because it's rated R, and Walt Disney's already said they will not do rated R shit. But they said that what they'll do is they'll put the rated R stuff like Deadpool and shit like that on one of their other studios that they own, but not under the Disney name. So it won't be under like Disney. It'll be like under a different studio that Disney owns, but without being part of Disney.
Both Fantastic Four were out of touch. I like the first one. I like the first one better than I like the second iteration of it. But
it was it was the Silver Surfer one. Fuck, that pissed me off because fucking they made Galactus a fart.
Well, now I'm not talking. Well,
he was just a gassy fart. It was like Galactus is coming, and it's like just this fart cloud, and I was like, "Fuck off, man! If you're gonna do Galactus, do Galactus. Like, don't make him a fart cloud."
Yeah, not the Silver Surfer. Just the first one, the first final Fantastic Four movie total.
Yeah,
but see, it's Disney, but they've Disney owns enough stuff as far as their secondhand studios they've bought and everything like that. With all the properties, you can't take and pretend to take and be a sweet innocent company and everything like that. We want to make sweet innocent entertainment when you own this shit over here that's softcore porn in some of the movies. It just doesn't fucking work that way at that point. Going ahead and start putting out some stuff for adults like the comic book movies. Make those fucking rated R if they got to be, with violence and the cussing and stuff.
Well, Morbius is coming out soon, and Morbius is the first project that's done with 2 studios. So it's Disney with Sony. So Sony's going to be releasing it because it's supposed to be rated R.
Now that's smart.
But we'll see if it's going to be rated R. I have a feeling that right now it's rated R, but they did the same thing to Venom because Venom was done with Sony and Disney, and then it was supposed to come out rated R. And then Disney kind of got their claws in there, and then Venom got torn down to a PG-13. So
I like Venom.
I liked it, but it could have been better if it was rated R. It could have been better. They cut the rated R shit out, and we'll see. They said that the second Venom they're going to try to keep it rated R again.
Yeah, that's the one with
Yeah.
Carnage.
Woody Harrelson's going to be playing Carnage.
Yep.
We'll see. The Morbius is supposed to be part of the same universe, so we might see Venom in Morbius.
But they should take that whole lineup with like Carnage, and they need to go ahead and take that, do a couple more villain origin story movies and stuff like that. Just going ahead and make the Sinister fucking 6 movies. Like we were.
They do that, then they're going to have to really make it PG because it's going to be the kids are going to be wanting to see that because it's going to be part of the Spider-Man universe, and Spider-Man is PG. So they can't. I don't want to see it. And I'm fine with Spider-Man being PG because Spider-Man's always been kind of a family comic book, other than when Todd McFarlane drew him. When Todd McFarlane was drawing him, it was different. And that's why Todd McFarlane ended up leaving Marvel, though, is because Marvel didn't like the way that he made Spider-Man. Then
we got Spawn.
Yeah. By the way, which is coming out on HBO Max. Spawn movie. Speaking of that, Spawn has been bought. The rights have been bought by HBO Max, and the movie, the Todd McFarlane movie, the rated R, almost from what I hear, he wants to almost give it an XX rating to it, which he got something like $40 million from HBO to make it. So he's going to be making his own Spawn that he wants to make.
Let's see, that's it's going to be something with the way they take and work all these things. I'm interested to see that one though. Todd McFarlane, they're going to make his own Spawn movie. Then, it's going to be probably better than most of the superhero movies that are out there now.
Well, it depends because the animated series was really good. The animated Spawn series that was on HBO was fucking amazing.
Yep.
But then you always have to remember Stephen King was a good author, but a horrible filmmaker.
That's also very true.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Something tells me he'd wind up putting himself as executive producer or something like that. So
all I know is Todd McFarlane, I think, is one of the best exports from Canada that America ever got. So, by the way, another Canadian. So from Edmonton, Alberta. We give you guys everything, but you never know.
You give us a good thing every now and again. Everything else is kind of like,
Rough Sleeper says he didn't know about Morbius. Morbius is coming up. Jake Gyllenhaal, not Jake Gyllenhaal. What's his fucking name?
No, it's
the 30 Seconds from Mars singer there.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leo is playing Morbius.
Yep, I think that's going to be an interesting because he's such a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see the way he plays this movie. Like he caught all kind of shit for playing the Joker on the Suicide Squad, but it's like he had to was in the script. And he also, they give him a little bit of leeway, but
the costume. It was too like fucking. I don't know how you explain that costume, like raver. I wouldn't even. People say punk. I don't think that was punk at all. I think that was like some movie studio executives thought of what punk is or some shit like that, where it just looked stupid. It looked stupid. The look was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking grill, the teeth, the fucking come on, that shit was horrible. And
no, sir, Dark Sage. I completely disagree with that. But yeah, I'd be we'd all be dead at that point in time, probably.
But the new Suicide Squad should make up for how shitty the first Suicide Squad is, because they said it's going to be rated R. What I didn't like is the fact that they made Birds of Prey, that piece of shit, rated R, but they made Suicide Squad PG-13. So you ruined Suicide Squad, which was good, and then you made that piece of fucking propaganda. I don't want to say anything else. It's your show, so I don't want to be too fucking crazy about that shit, but they really, God, what a bad movie. That Birds of Prey is like, that's straight to a gas station fucking bin near you. What a horrible, horrible movie. Like, seriously, nothing redeeming about that movie. Another shitty DC movie that joins Justice League. Me and my wife, we managed to watch 30 minutes of that movie and we turned it off.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Did you watch the Birds of Prey?
No.
Yeah, don't even bother.
I'm sorry.
Bother.
I've seen it, and I'm all for women empowerment and stuff like that, but I'm not going to see a girl power movie for the sake of seeing a girl power movie. It's just not going to happen. It's like my brother's like, hey, you need to check out the Harley Quinn theories on. I don't care. It didn't look that interesting to me. And she cusses like a fucking sailor, like cusses worse than I do in the cartoon. I'm like, that's just not, it doesn't.
I don't care. I don't care about the cussing. It wasn't the cussing. It was the.
No, I'm talking about the cartoon. Even the Harley Quinn animated series. My brother's like, oh, you need to watch it. And I watched the first episode. I was like, fuck this noise.
Oh, the Koku. What's her name? Cuckoo. From those nerd shows. Mm-hmm. The nerd show that lasted forever and wasn't fun. Yeah, the laugh track show. What's her name? Koku.
Yeah, something like that. Kaylee. I don't know how to say the last name.
I don't look it up. Anyway, she's in a new HBO show that's actually pretty good. Called Flight Attendant or something like that. The stewardess. I watched the first episode with my wife. It was actually pretty fucking good. But yeah, no, I never watched the animated version. The one that I wanted to see but never came out because Disney bought the fucking rights before it came out was a Deadpool animated series that was supposed to go on FX. And they won't even release it. They said they have it the first full season's fully drawn and done, but it won't be released because Disney doesn't want it released. And it's like,
leave it to Disney to fuck something up.
Well, I was one of the people that was really mad when they released Deadpool 2 PG-13 because they said if that shit makes money, say goodbye to rated R Deadpool. And it made money.
What's up, Yoda? I think Willem Dafoe would have done good as a Joker, but I don't. Yeah, you know, it's. I think the people they've got to play the role of the Joker this last go around for just a standalone movie probably was. I've yet to see it.
Oh, is it?
I've heard it's awesome, and I want to see it. It's just I just don't take the time to watch shit no more.
I liked the new Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix, but yeah, The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina. It wasn't Gina Gershon. What was her name? Fuck, from Thelma and Louise. Oh, what's her name? Fuck, God, that's an old movie. The Long Kiss Goodnight. That was fucking awesome with Samuel Jackson and fuck. What was not Susan Sarandon? The other one from Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I can't remember her name right now either, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Great movie though. That was awesome. I like that movie. That's a good.
Where did all the real women go? I don't even know how to answer that one, to be honest with you. That's a low.
They had a fucking. I was talking to my wife about this, and she kind of agrees with me. I think the problem with the Gina Davis. That's it.
Davis, there you go.
Women heroes today is that there's no longer an arc, and they no longer are problematic people. They're perfect in every single set way. They're perfect, holistic beings. Whereas characters like Sarah Connor and Ripley and all those people, they were character heroes, but they were flawed. And they were fun to watch because they were flawed. Same thing with Long Kiss Goodnight, like you're talking about Gina Davis. Now, all these female characters, like, what's her name? Fucking from Mrs. Marvel or Miss Captain Marvel or whatever, are these supreme, no flaws, nothing. These are perfect fucking people from the get-go. And they come out and no one can beat them and they have no weaknesses and nothing bad ever happens. There's no arc to them. So they're not interesting. They're not interesting characters and no one gives a fuck about them. And that's the problem. See? And I was like talking to my wife about that. I was like, men don't care. Like we'll watch these movies. Like people are like, well, men don't want to watch movies with women. Yes, we love movies with women superheroes in them and fucking hero characters. But base it on reality and stop making it like this fucking war.
Stop putting them on a fucking pedestal.
And stop making it like a war. Like in order for me to like women, I have to treat men like shit. Like, why can't I just like women without feeling like men are assholes? Like, why do I have to say men are assholes in order for me to be an ally to women? Why can't I just say women deserve equal rights, but men are cool too? Like, why is that wrong?
Well, you're on the modern feminist theory instead of like classical feminist theories where they took and looked for equality, in the house and in job aspects and everything and voting and everything else like that. Now it's more along the lines of we've got to be in a better position than you, because if we don't, then we're being oppressed, and it's just like, shut the fuck up at this point. Because I'll be honest with you, there's things that are there things that can improve. There's always things that can improve, but don't act like just because don't act like you don't have fucking biology. Don't act like you don't have fucking biology. He stared at me, bitch. You got motherfuckers at the gym you would stare at, so fuck off. So don't even go that fucking route right there. Number one, and that's, you see too much of shit like that. That are all men are fucking pigs, but yet there's a reason.
I disagree 100% with that. I don't think all men are pigs. I don't think all women are pigs, and I don't think all men are pigs. I think there's a small portion of men that are fucked, and I think there's a small portion of women that are fucked, and I think the rest of us have to hear from both sides that are fucked. Like again, I'm not a fan of male rights activists either. Those guys fucking creep me out too. Fuck, I think they're fucking retarded. Same thing though when it comes to that fourth wave feminism message, that I'm supposed to think of myself as a piece of shit. That always fucking bothered me. I don't like that. I don't think of myself as a piece of shit. So fuck off. I am not going to think of myself as a piece of shit. I don't think I have privilege. I don't give a fuck. Keep fucking trying to push this fucking doctrine all you want. I'm not listening to it, and I don't care. But
I know as a dude, I don't have privilege. I mean, I can't take and apply for a college scholarship just because I'm a dude, but you can as a woman.
Yeah. So like, anyways, I'm not. I don't want to get into apples and oranges. I'm just saying I'm not going to fucking follow the doctrine that has been trying to be pushed on me for the past, I don't know, 5 years now. It's
no, and the thing that what gets me is the thing that's being pushed, the big thing is, toxic masculinity. No. But it's not so much a toxic masculinity. I think that they're trying to take a rail on us. Any masculinity at all, it seems like you're just trying to be a regular, normal fucking dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not talking about like the Harry Styles and fucking Candace Owens shit. She's a fucking retard. Goddamn, if he wants to wear a fucking dress because he's comfortable that way, fuck it, let him do it. That's on him. I'm not worried about that. That's cool because that's his personality. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. But just taking and being a regular dude, it seems like you can't fucking do that in modern society anymore. You can't like to drink fucking straight whiskey or go out in the woods and fucking chop down trees because fuck it, I want to see something fall.
Or me and Alan wanted to go, give each other hand jobs because it feels good sometimes. God damn it. No, but
what movies are you watching? No?
You got rough hands, baby. No, listen. Anyways, it's just goofy shit. I don't even want to get into it. Again, like I was watching, we were joking about it. I made a joke about it, the Elliot Page thing. Good on him. If he wants to be him, I have no problem calling him. I'm not lazy. I don't care. He wants to be in him. He wants to be in. But I think it's more insulting to trans people than anybody. I was like looking at that and I was like, all right. So you got people.
Elliot Page.
Yeah. So you got these people that go out and they fucking go to a psychologist and they have to spend a year going to a psychologist and getting fucking evaluated and shit like that for gender dysphoria. And they get their fucking genitals fucking chopped off and they get fucking placed and they get turned into an actual fucking female or into a male. And then they have the right to call themselves male and shit like that. This one didn't even go to the courthouse to change their name. She just said one day, you know what? She bought a baseball cap and said, I'm Elliot now, which is fine, cool. But why is that like heroic? I don't understand why that's heroic. Like that's all I'm trying to say. I'm like, he didn't do anything other than just. I'm Elliot now. Like
what? Here's my whole thing. And she wants to be called if he's Elliot now. I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
and I have no problem with you taking and telling your fans this is the way I've been feeling. I've got no problem with that. It's the political stuff in between that had no fucking bearing on what the fuck you're taking and going through, what you're experiencing, or what you're feeling. That was fucking uncalled for. Everything at the beginning and at the end of it, cool beans, man. For real. Welcome. I hope everything goes easy for you. I don't want anybody to take and give you any kind of shit for it. You can leave political shit out.
I don't want to see her get hurt. I don't want to see.
No, not at all.
But hey, man, if people want to make jokes, make jokes. Like but that's the way I feel about everything. Everything.
Yeah, everything's up for everything's criticism. We don't have a society at that point.
If you don't want people to make fun of you, don't keep it to yourself. Like. You know, like don't go online and make a big spiel about it if you don't want people to make money. We got Yoda asking, do you think Cyberpunk is going to hold up to its fucking name? I honestly think it's going to be fucking. It's Project Red, man. I got high expectations. I got high. I don't know.
We're going to get a cross between The Witcher and Upgrade, the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we're going to take and see, to be honest with you. And it's got all the standard cyberpunk aesthetics as far as bright neons, tall buildings, people crammed the fuck in, dystopian corporate future. Hits all those to the fucking T.
It's gonna be levels and levels. I think it's like 5 different boroughs, and each of them are from different fucking factions of how rich you are, and to the poor to the richest. I can't wait. I'm gonna nut when I see Cirilla. That's all I care about. I really want to see Ciri in Project Red. I'm just again, I'm a Witcher person. I can't wait to see. She's supposed to be in it somewhere. Like I don't know if she'll be big storyline in there, but she's supposed to appear in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You guys remember playing Witcher 3? She talks about the future, and
somebody made mention of the fact that she said you don't want to take and go to the future, and it almost like made reference to it. So there's fan theory going out that's out there right now that Ciri's going to be in the game in some shape or fashion.
She's a time jumper, so she can fucking go everywhere.
One of the things I don't really care for is the fact that Keanu Reeves is now in the fucking Cyberpunk lore.
So what? Keanu Reeves is cool.
Keanu Reeves is cool.
Doctor. He plays the Doctor.
Look, he plays Johnny Silverhand. Cool beans. Johnny Silverhand. If you take and read the 2013 source book, the rule book that takes and gives you the rules. The very first story that take and give you a hint on what to take and what kind of adventures to either run or look for within the gameplay itself. Johnny Silverhand.
You know, Yoda, it wasn't designed for. It was definitely designed for PS4 and for Xbox One because it was supposed to come out a year ago.
And they're not taking and doing any next gen upgrades until later next year.
Yeah.
So, but Johnny Silverhand's the first person you read about. So, him playing Johnny Silverhand makes a lot of fucking sense. I mean, even the girl Rogue is in the fucking game, but just because he's taking and playing a role, making part of the lore, I get it. It's a tie-in and it's a personal thing and stuff like that. That's cool. I've got really no problem with it. It's just like, really, you're gonna add just because? All right, whatever.
This is not bad. Really not bad. A little thin. The head goes down right away, as you can see. Not as dark as I thought it would be. It's got more of a brownish kind of color than a straight up pink black.
So I didn't have the chance to get no fancy beer like I like to drink. I just taking and drinking one of those tonight. The infusions. I'm being a baby. 4% ABV, it goes down like fucking water because that's about all it is. It's water that's had the yeast on in it and somebody squeezed a lime in it. That's about it.
So when's your sex change happening?
It's next Thursday.
Right.
I'll see you then.
I drank one of those once and my cock shriveled up and fell on the floor.
Well, that's very much true. That's one of the reasons I don't have as big of a problem because the way they introduced him into the lore is that he was a relatively unknown actor in the 90s who took and died during one of the wars, one of the corporate wars. So I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. But it's just like, all right, you know, you're going to add the lore. I guess that's the most uneventful way you can do it. So where, you know, it doesn't take and change anything within the overall lore from Cyberpunk 2013 or 2020, the tabletop versions of the game.
I'm going in this brand spanking new, unlike you guys who've actually played.
Well, I haven't played. I've been reading some source stuff just so I know some of this, because you're going to take and hear stuff, and you know, I'm sure there's going to be references made to stuff that a lot of folks aren't going to. So I'd like to take and know a little bit about what the hell's being referenced. But now, as far as the regular, I'm looking forward to the gameplay and the quest, and I'm hoping they take and work some missions or some quests in either with DLC or something like that they can give you the option of connecting to some of the source material.
So everyone in the audience who's watching, Let us know in the comments if you're happy with the fact that the movie theater industry is going to crash and burn, or do you like going to the movie theater to watch to watch movies, or would you actually prefer the fact that you can just watch them at home now and have the choice between a theater, which will probably not be around for much longer, or watching them at home in the comfort of your house?
Rough Sleeper's already said he's hoping that the theaters bounce back. Well, see, this is where I'm gonna be streaming the game, so thankfully they get the option where you can actually turn off the.
Well, there was a lot of sex in Witcher, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of sex in. I'm
sure as long as just naturally.
There's going to be tranny sex. There was an article. There's going to be transsexual sex in this fucker.
Which with the way with the human augmentation, everything like that is going on in the game, it makes sense for that to happen. But I'm sure if it happens along as you're playing in the game, even if you're streaming it, I don't really know if the filter they have is really going to be needed, because you've got games like Kingdom Come. You took and played as the farm boy or whatever. You actually wind up there's the option you can do that in game with the girl, and it shows. It's like, okay, that's not.
Played The Party?
What's that?
The Party.
No, I haven't played that.
Look up The Party. It's a video game. It's literally
wild.
It's literally like full on pornographic. I'm not talking like Witcher where you see like boobies and shit. Like literally anal and fucking vaginal, like full on blowjobs and shit like that going on.
Jesus
Party. Came out like 2018 or some shit.
Damn, you even know the year it come out. Swami, you owned the game?
Yeah, I played it. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
The PC game, though, you can't play it on PlayStation. Fucking hilarious. It's awesome. You gotta find all this shit, make the person happy. Hey, but it swings both ways. You can bang dudes and women, whatever. Your character can be whatever it fucking wants. And you gotta figure out, to beat the game, you gotta bang pretty much everybody at the party. And that's how you win the game. That's the goal, is to fuck everybody at the party.
Let's see.
It makes Leisure Suit Larry look like a family game.
So Endless Breath of Digits doesn't want it to. They said they'll miss it, and then Paul said he hasn't been since Pet Detective. That's a good movie. I love that movie. It was funny as hell. See, my thing is, where really, other than a movie here or there, as far as cinema is concerned, have you really been given a reason to go see cinema and not felt disappointed seeing it? That's been my whole thing last couple times I've gone, is the fact that it's like, oh, that looks like it's going to be a good movie, and you go and it's like, fuck. I think the last good movie me and the wife's really seen in the theaters. Now, I did take and go see Endgame, and I enjoyed seeing that. But that's like
Deadpool 2 for me was the last good movie I saw in the theaters.
Law Abiding Citizen and Gamer were, I think, two of the better movies that I saw in the theaters.
The last movie I saw in the theater that I liked was Deadpool 2. Everything else I've seen, like my wife made me go watch the live version of Lion King, which it wasn't a bad movie, but it was Lion King, and I just was like, it's the same movie. It's just they're live action now. So whatever.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out that game. I think Kingdom Come, I like the fact that you had to know when to take and parry and stuff like that with your sword, and better have that thing kind of in the right direction when you go to take and block too. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I think the character and development, everything, and the storyline in that game were really good. Favorite movie of all time besides The Godfather? I like the books better than I like the movies, to be honest with you. Even though the movies were freaking amazing.
That's a hard question to ask someone. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Blazing Saddles.
Pardon?
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, really?
Because it doesn't matter. It comes on, I can watch it. Same thing with A Clockwork Orange. I can do the same thing with that, or Full Metal Jacket.
I would have to say Full Metal Jacket. I wouldn't say Full Metal Jacket is my favorite, but out of the movies that so you're like Kubrick, fuck. You're Mr. Kubrick, fucking guy. You like weird fucking tough movies. I I don't mind weird, fucked up movies, but I can only watch them once or twice. I'm not a mega fan of weirdo movies. They're like all right.
They weren't really weird, fucked up movies. They're more social commentaries than anything.
Clockwork Orange is a fucking total art house movie. I don't care what anyone says. It's a fucking art house movie. It's art house is Eraserhead and 28 Days of Sodom and the rest of those fucking art house flicks. Full Metal Jacket was slightly weird, but not as weird as, let's say, Apocalypse Now when it comes to Vietnam War movies. Apocalypse Now is probably more on the avant-garde weird. And it's with Oliver Stone, because Oliver Stone, I don't know. I think Oliver Stone is one of the most overrated directors of all time. But he's all right, but I think his movies, like, you can just feel his ego in everything he makes. It just annoys me.
What? Another one, Pulp Fiction's good. I like that.
Yeah, Django Unchained, I would say maybe is my favorite movie. I've watched that movie 18 million times. And I love every time I watch it over and over again. And the other one, my wife gets mad because every time I keep watching is Army of Darkness. I could watch Army of Darkness for the rest of my life.
Well, see, now, as far as Tarantino's concerned, I actually like Reservoir Dogs more than I like Django Unchained. Not saying it's a bad movie, because I've yet to see really a bad movie from Tarantino. And I think the only good Eli Roth movie was the Grindhouse movies, the two Grindhouse movies that him and
Tarantino
made together. That was the only good Eli Roth movie I've ever seen, I think.
Well, I would say Four Rooms. I would say Four Rooms. Tarantino's portion of Four Rooms was probably the worst of the Four Rooms movies. I would say that's a bad. Well, I wouldn't say it was bad, but I would say out of the Robert Rodriguez storyline, out of the other two storylines, I found that the Quentin Tarantino storyline with the finger was probably the most boring out of the four.
Another good movie that I really enjoy watching is the Departed, the Martin Scorsese movie. The only and this is what gets me. Departed is a pretty decently length movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a slow burning movie before you take it really get to where it's like, oh shit. And he come out with that movie on Netflix and people are like, oh, it's just so long. I'm like, have you not seen his other shit? So, but yeah, The Departed. I think I could.
Part was good, but Mark Wahlberg kind of ruined that movie. I would have done if they could have replaced Mark Wahlberg with somebody else playing Mark Wahlberg's part, I would have been happier. I just thought he was fucking annoying. And Jack Nicholson sucked. I love Jack Nicholson's right-hand man. I would have actually replaced Jack Nicholson with the guy. I always call him Beowulf because that's all I remember him from. That's the animated Beowulf. I would have actually given him the part that Jack Nicholson played because he looked more like the Irish mobster type than Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson, I don't even know what Jack Nicholson is. He's Jewish or what is Jack Nicholson?
I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. It's just greasy. It looks like he needs a shower all the time. But I just like the only thing Jack Nicholson, he plays a creepy guy really well. He doesn't play a mobster guy really well. Like I don't know. I just don't see him as a mob guy. I see him as a mob guy as a joker, like for fun, like a campy mob guy. But who would actually be afraid of Jack Nicholson? Like,
well, see, you're going at it from that standpoint. But the acting you did in the movie is
but he can't even act like a tough guy. I just don't see him. Like, I just didn't believe it when I watched it. I was like, he's not Irish. He doesn't. I don't see Irish when I see Jack Nicholson.
That's true. You got a point there.
It's just the way it is. I just don't see Irish. There's nothing Irish about him. There's nothing Boston about him either. I don't see Boston. Thank you, Miscellaneous. I love you too.
Yeah, hell, let's other than that, as far as favorite movies, I mean, I've got Streetcar Named Desire.
Really?
Singing in the Rain. Oh yeah. Brando was fucking his early movies and stuff like that. Even like oh damn, what is it? On the docks or damn it, he was a fucking he played a guy in the union that fought back against the Teamsters and shit like that. On the fuck, I can't remember the name of the movie. It's so goddamn good, dude. Like
my wife is more into the real classic movies. I'm not into like the Turner classics. Not my style.
You take and put on. I'm gonna be honest with you. You put on Fred Astaire or some. Put on something like Singing in the Rain or An American in Paris.
Okay.
Sit in front of the TV and watch that shit.
You lost me there. I don't watch that stuff. No offense to people that like that shit. Hey, we need all types in this world. I don't watch classical Hollywood movies. I don't even care.
Fucking swine, you.
Yeah,
Get some culture. No.
I don't even watch Charlie Chaplin. I can give a fuck. Just being honest, I don't care. Anything older than like 1960, I pretty much don't care to watch. It's just
You don't watch, well, do you watch like?
Here's some old school Alfred Hitchcock, like The Birds or some shit like that. I'll take a look at. But
you watch like? Have you ever seen like North by Northwest?
North by Northwest.
It's got Cary Grant in it.
Nope.
Where it's a case of mistaken identity.
Nope.
Sunset Boulevard, where the guy.
I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
Bro, those are fucking classics, dude. Like those are really good fucking movies. They're not musicals either. Like you'd probably enjoy.
My wife made me watch the fucking West Side Story once, but then I blew a dude, and she like never let me watch it again. So.
What the fuck is wrong with you in the head? I ain't even gonna ask. You're fucking Canadian. That's what's wrong with you in the head. God damn it.
I don't know. Officer Krempke, Kremp you. Crump you? No. I don't really watch old movie classics. I like 70s horror. Like I really like 70s and 80s horror movies. That's like classics.
Wait, so these basically softcore porn movies that have a little bit of jump scream in them for people that can't tell that it's fake. You like those movies? Really? Come on now.
Miscellaneous says, I've got nothing to bring to the table. Yeah, I don't. When it comes to like old movies, yeah, I don't got anything. I don't know what to bring to the table with old movies. Cult classics are awesome. Cult classics, but to me, cult classics are like movies from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, like the horror movies you're talking about watching.
Like, I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the original. That's a cult classic for me. 70s movies are The Hills Have Eyes, the original, fucking great.
I've yet to see the original Hills Have Eyes. I know the remake
was not as good as the remake.
Awful.
Remake is better. The actual remake is better because it's got a bigger budget.
Jesus fucking Christ, that movie was awful. I remember watching it going, what the fuck is this dumb shit?
Well, if you watch The Hills Have Eyes 1, you're not going to be afraid. The original one, you're gonna like giggle. It's like it's again, it's an art house movie. Like I grew up watching a lot of art house movies because of my sister. My sister was a theater major. So I watched a lot of art house movies, like a lot of Italian art house and a lot of American art house movies from like the 60s and 70s. So that's why I'm kind of fucked up today, I think, because when I was 5 years old, I was watching movies that you were not supposed to watch at 5 or 6 or 7, and I was watching them because my sister's way older than me. And I don't know if you guys know what art house movies are, but they're movies that were made like in the 60s and 70s that were so fucking weird and so
they took and stretched the outer limits of what the fuck was considered cinema.
Yeah, like people eating poop and shit. I don't even know how to explain it. Like just really fucked up weird shit. And so pop scene sees a lot of action. Pop screen sees a lot of action. What's pop screen? If movie theaters shut down, movies will make more money. They have Mulan.
That's a fucking scam from hell. 30 to watch Mulan on fucking Disney Plus Premium. Fuck that noise. I'll just wait for that motherfucker to release a Disney Plus to take a watch as a regular goddamn movie.
I watched
a fucking scam.
Mulan. It was really like a cheap Hidden Tiger drag. Like it wasn't Mulan. Like if you guys saw, I'm sure all of you saw it. Don't pretend you didn't see it. But we all saw Mulan when we were kids. Fuck the Disney fucking animation. It wasn't that shit. So it was like just a knockoff of Hidden Dragon, Tiger, fucking whatever.
Yeah, Crouching Dragon, Hidden Tiger.
It was like a wannabe version of that, and it wasn't like.
Well, see, I'm
trying to do that,
bro. I don't know. They're fucking tone deaf as shit with the way they fucking did that movie.
It was very Ang Lee. It was very trying to be Ang Lee, and it wasn't Ang Lee. And you just watch it, and you were like, "All right, Disney, you tried really hard, but you failed." It was very much like sucking China's dick. That movie. That's what I figured. It was Disney, like let's get that Chinese audience and those billions of people watching us.
That's exactly. It's funny because people called them out for taking it. Disney's all about human rights and shit like that, but yet they filmed a movie in a country where they got the Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps or re-education camps over there, and they weren't even far from one of them whenever they were filming it. And Disney's like, "Yeah, fuck off." It's like, really? Okay, all right then. That's the way you're gonna
get close.
You're gonna piss some people off.
Who's this miscellaneous Magnets? He's fucking funny. I'm liking his comments. I'm giggling.
Magnets is cool, man. He's a good dude.
I like him. He's funny.
He's good people.
Yeah, I like him. He's funny. He's cracking me up. I think he's on my channel. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he subscribed to me. I don't know. I don't know any of my viewers, but
all right, he's joined on Blake's live streams and stuff like that before too, and he does a lot of the stuff with like when Alex does his.
Oh, I know miscellaneous. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that was yammering on about my fucking cabinets that time. Oh, okay, I remember him. The one that lives in the hotel.
No.
Yeah, he lives in a Hotel 6. I remember.
Oh.
It looks like he lives in a Hotel 6 anyways.
No. That's his house.
That's his house.
Hotel 6.
Your house needs a decorator.
I've never seen a Hotel 6 with a fucking couch and shit like that.
I've never seen a front door that has the living room right in front of the front door, right? That's all I'm saying.
You've never lived in the South.
Right. Well, I'm just saying.
You've never lived in the South.
It looks like a Motel 6. He needs a decorator. It looked very fucking poor. You look poor, miscellaneous. I'm just saying. When I look at your house, I was like, you look like you don't make very much money other than what you spent on your gaming chair.
Jesus Christ.
It looks like the only thing worth robbing in your place. That's all I'm trying to say. That and the copper tubing in your walls.
Oh my God. Get a green screen because thank God he's not going after me. I'm poor as fuck.
Just saying.
Like I've got my family.
I have no problem. By the way, I have no problem with miscellaneous. It seems for people watching, he seemed to have an issue with me that night because everybody in the beer community hates me because I'm better than them and they're just annoyed about it. But it's okay. It's life. I love you guys in the beer community. You guys rock. I love that I'm in your nightmares and in your dreams, and I will never seem to disappear from it. But it's cool. I don't know how it happened, but I love that. I love that I'm always on your minds. I am always on your mind. Who sings that song again, by the way?
That would be Willie Nelson.
Yeah, that's it.
Lord have mercy.
Love you, Alan, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Love you to death. Otherwise, I wouldn't have you up here.
I know. I love you, too.
There's a reason why I only let certain people up on my thing. I don't like opening my thing up because you get too many people and it just gets out of fucking line.
He's going nuts now.
Oh, dear God.
Look, I told you. They get so upset. They're so funny. They're
miscellaneous. You call him a troll. He apparently just trolling, which means he's full of shit. So don't get your knickers in a twist, homie. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't take and get your panties in a wad, nothing like that.
No, it's fine. I know Thomas has showed up. Yeah,
you're giving him a hard on by taking.
I know. They don't understand that I like it. That's the thing that they never will get. That I like.
I love you to death. I can't speak for him though.
Hey, listen. You have enough channels that have 200 subscribers that hate you. It makes you realize why you're so much better than them. But it's okay.
Damn it, Swami.
One day you guys will hit your 10,000 views. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
What's up, Eric? Oh, that sounds like a good one, homie. Bottle in the damage done. Yeah.
I don't like you either, Miss Lance. You're welcome up here, by the way, if you want to jump on up here. You come here.
No, because I'm not gonna have argument like that on screen on the channel. I'm done with all that kind of shit. I did that. I've done that before with folks, and I just
You were
fucked
having
up.
fun today. He showed up. I'm still having a good time. I'm all happy. If he wants to come up here, he can come up here. I forgot you existed, Miscellaneous. It took me 10 minutes to realize who you were. So just letting you know.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, man. So back to Cyberpunk there, Alan. What are you going to design your character? What kind of direction do you want to get it to go to?
I'm going to take and go for... So I've looked at the 3 life paths, and I think the way I'm going to take and try to have my character take and go is more of be able to take and get in quiet, but still have, decent gunplay skills. But it's going to be more on stealth and the conversation wise. So either you can talk your way out, or you can, what I'm saying, you could take and sneak your way in and out.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to in the game that you read about that interests you big time about? Is it other factions that like you're gonna have to deal with, interact with, or because I haven't really gotten too much into it to know that if I'm going to be able to join these factions or if I have to play along the storyline or if I could just go off grid and just join a different faction if I feel like it.
Well, see, that's kind of what I'm actually looking forward to, the way that your conversation choices change a person, the way they take and deal with you, because we haven't really seen a whole lot of that done well in video games in the past. You've got some games that they do it pretty good, but for the most part, it doesn't matter what answer you get a vanilla reaction anyway. They might just take an act, indignant towards you for that 1 second, but it's supposed to take in the way you interact with them is supposed to take an effect the way things go from that point forward. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. That, and also, yeah, exactly, what can you do outside of the main storyline? Can you join a faction? Can you, how many side, once you do all these side quests and stuff like that, exactly how much can you take and buff yourself up with the basically be like that movie Upgrade or whatever. I mean, how much cybernetic crap can you get? Can you become like...
What I was thinking about is that movie Upgrade, by the way, when I was first seeing the announcements for this video game. Really, like when I saw the pictures, like the first actual pictures of it, I was thinking a lot about Upgrade. And even the character kind of on the cover kind of looks like him too. So it's almost like a little bit of a ripoff on the design. A little bit.
Yeah. It's hell, the guy from the movie Upgrade didn't even like the cybernetic type stuff or any of the, even like the self-driving car. He had that muscle car. So
all right, so Rough Sleeper saying no joining, you're a mercenary. That's too bad, because I think it would be cool if it could be a little more organic, and that you could, like, let's say, again, I want there to be a storyline. I want there to be a first-person storyline, but it would be great, kind of like in Elder Scrolls, where you were able to join different factions if you wanted to. Well,
see, here's my thing on that is, he's saying, no joining, you're a mercenary, and I understand that you're a mercenary, but also you take a look at there's some gameplay footage that's been shown where they're having a conversation and where you're telling them that this faction right here is claiming their independence. So it makes me wonder if you don't have, if you maybe as a spokesman for them or something like that, because there's more than just you in the room with one other person. It's like you and three other people that's in there, and that's one of the options for the conversation wheel. So I'm kind of wondering exactly how far in with these side quests and stuff like that for some of these factions that you can take and get with your respect and stuff like that, possibly to take and have situations like that come up for that to be an option. Because I think that takes and adds even more branches to us, not so much maybe to the main storyline, but to what you can do as a character and how much more gameplay you can get out of that. Because that's going to take in, because if you do that as a corpo, and then you take and come back and do a different gameplay as, a nomad or a street kid, and you take and choose different options and see the way that branches out, the replayability of this is just absolutely going to be insane at that point.
Yeah, well, that's it. So we're talking about release day. It's Tuesday next week, right? Is the release day, I think? 7
p.m. You'll be able to take and play. Won't be able to stream it till midnight Or actually, no, till 3 o'clock Eastern, till 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern, 12 Pacific, midnight Pacific time. But yeah, 7 o'clock you'll be able to actually play it. I think at 5 o'clock on like GOG and fucking what's the name of the other Steam, which I pre-ordered through.
I did not pre-order. I'm just gonna buy it because again, now that you can buy your games online, they don't run out. So I'm just gonna fucking wait till fucking night and just download it that night when it comes out. I'm not in a rush. Like, I'm not trying to insult people that do that. It's fine. You guys like pre-ordering and stuff like that. I'm not playing the game. I'm not getting into this fucking like fighting over who gets first stab. First of all, I don't run a video game channel, so it doesn't bother me. For Alan, it's a little different because you guys got the clips going on, so it's cool to be first out and first uploading, so you can be the first people that are like letting everybody know and getting your views and stuff like that. But for me, it's really to play by myself. So I'm just gonna order it the night it comes out. Don't really care. I want to say to Rough Sleeper and Yoda and all the other guys, even you, Miscellaneous, if you want to come over and check out Malted in Montreal, which the name, by the way, of the channel will be changing very shortly in the next 2 months. I might actually wait till springtime to change the name. Just wait till bike season opens up because the channel is going to go full-time fucking biker channel as of spring, as of April. I've got an artist designing a new design. Malted in Montreal will officially die as of like the namesake. The channel will still be around, but the name will be gone in 2021 spring. Really happy with it's starting to grow now. I knew it was going to happen when I started switching my content to motorcycle content, less and less whiskey content, to the point where there's no content about whiskey anymore, and now it's gone full politics and full motorcycle with a little bit of entertainment value put in there. And it's starting now to grow back. I lost about 200 subscribers because I went to motorcycle, so a lot of the whiskey people were confused and they took off, which is what I kind of wanted to happen.
Rough Sleeper, that's the main quest is supposed to be slightly, or Yoda slightly shorter, but the other content, like the side quests and stuff like that, it's supposed to take and be pretty massive. I don't know if it's going to be quite as much as what you can do in The Witcher 3 as far as a side quest, but yeah, they heard people complain about the main quest, the length of the main quest for The Witcher 3, so they trimmed it. They said it is slightly shorter, which 70 hours for the main quest on The Witcher 3. If it's slightly 65 hours, 60. You know, that's still a long fucking campaign for a lot of folks, but that's going to be a game that like I'm probably going to play for a long time.
I heard it's 35 hours though for the Cyberpunk.
That's what I know. The dev was taking a looking for bugs and stuff like that for about 175 hours. You haven't gotten through the main quest yet, just by doing looting and stuff like that, looting and side quests, and haven't. Even if you're looking for bugs, that's a long fucking time.
Yeah,
a long fucking time.
Well, as long as it's let's put it this way, as long as it's not Modern Warfare short, the main quest, I'll be happy. Yeah. Like, but I guess I understand Modern Warfare is like literally for online play, but it sucks when you have really, because they make really cool storylines for the Modern Warfare shit, but unfortunately they're 30-minute player fucking gameplay throughs, and it's like you're done it like 20 minutes after you bought the game, and you're like, oh great, I guess I gotta go play online now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, 30 hours ain't too bad. I just, I don't know, man. But again, they're not making video games for us. They're making video games for, and I don't understand why, because our generation plays video games just as much as the last generation, as the new generation. But I guess they like the new generation because the new generation is more willing to pull out money and buy, play the games that you have to pay to play bullshit. And my generation's more wanting single campaign, and those games cost money to make. And it costs not only money to make, it takes brain power to make those games, and it takes imagination to make those games. Where you can just make an online game where people go out there and just shoot each other. And, like they're planning on doing with Grand Theft Auto. That's the whole point. They're just be like, oh, yeah, just go out there and shoot the bucket of each other, and we'll charge you $70 for the game, and then we're going to charge you fucking $5 for add-ons and $10 here and $2 there and blah 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 blah, and then you spend.
See, I don't mind DLC as long as it adds something or link to the game. It's one thing if you're just taking and charging people to take and get in-game money, and I don't know, fuck that. Let me earn the money in game to take and buy what the fuck I want. Even if it take that shouldn't be an option to take.
Well, they're showing that the last 3 downloadable contents on the Red Dead Redemption, and I'm not talking about for single player mode. This is all downloadable for the online version of it. Are the same shit, like the same stuff, like bounty hunter games and bank robbing games. They just changed the fucking names, hunting games, and they're changing the names, and they're re-putting out the same bullshit over and over and over again, and people are buying it. So it's like, and that's why I know Rockstar and EA are the 2 main culprits in this shit. And who's the ones that do the NBA? I always forget the fucking 2K.
2K. Yeah. Fuck them. I hate them bastards at this point. I played, the first time I played that series was the NBA 2K 2017. I loved the game. 2018, it was good. 2019, I was like, all right, y'all got to stop with this shit. 2020, I was like, fuck this. I took and played. I had EA Play for free, or no, I paid $4.99 a month for the EA Play.
Mm-hmm.
But I like playing the my player mode. The fucking grinding required to take and get to higher levels is just stupid. It's fucking stupid. Like, it makes more sense to take and spend $20, take and max all your stats up to take and get to level 70 before you take and up your cap a little bit more. You get level 72, level 73, and then take and start spending some of the money you want in games. But fuck. Like, I already spent $60 on the game. Why I want to take and spend $20 for a player that I'm trying to take and
they said Division 2 failed because of downloadable content that wasn't good enough. And I agree. It was the same thing Bethesda learned when they did the Fallout. I think it was Fallout 7. Which one was it? It was
Fallout 76.
76. That failed big time. Fucking big time. And that's all I care about. I want all these fucking pay-to-play games to fail. For every Destiny, there's always one that fucking fails. And, I want them to fail. They're not. I don't mind if they have a few of these games that come out a year. I don't want all the games to be those games. All right. Yeah. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make all the games those fucking games because they make money off those games. There's no imagination to them. There's no fucking thought process to them. There's nothing. It's just like design a fucking theater space for all these fucking kids to go in there and shoot the shit out of each other. And that's it. That's all they do.
You know what? See, and I get the same type of feeling off of taking and just reading, because they put so much of the lore into the game, and these, there's a lot of there's a lot of source content for not only the tabletop 2013 but also 2020. And I think there's more like published adventures and and source stuff for even 2020 than there was Cyberpunk 2013. I wouldn't mind if they once they release the multiplayer DLC, like, what the fuck? Goddamn flies and shit like that. Goddamn, that's one thing. I'm glad it's cold because them fuckers about to start dying.
The fruit flies in Quebec have been dead for about 3 weeks now. It's over. The fruit fly season's over now. We can have our garbage in the house for at least 2 days before that shit starts happening.
My thing is they come out with multiplayer mode for it. Mm-hmm. What I'd like to see is if they had like a massive like quest line to take and add a whole lot of time to the game, but the multiplayer you can either take and play as one of the people that's trying to take and actually do the quest, or you can play as somebody that gets on the other side and tries to prevent you from completing the quest. See, that would be an interesting dichotomy for a multiplayer aspect. And then as you go along, they add more stuff that you can take and do, and you can take and be on either side of that. Because then you'd have people that would take and, squad up different people. You'd have factions that would take and create their own factions. I wouldn't mind something like that, because that'd be more like a fucking tabletop role-playing game, just in a fucking digital format.
Well, if you like it, that's your thing. To me, I know you've always told me you're a massive fan of the RPG game. You like the fucking role-playing games to the max. I like the hack and slash. It's always been the style. The only role-playing game I ever got into was Diablo, and it was the first one. I didn't like anything else from Diablo series or anything like that. But that was the only role-playing game I ever liked. And people are gonna say, well, you like Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls to me is not role-playing, it's hack and slash. There's role-playing elements to Elder Scrolls, there's role-playing elements to Witcher, but those are hack and slash games. You can't call those games role-playing to me. But
you sit down and play a tabletop role playing game, you'll see the reason why it's called a role playing game, because those are more true to the way you actually get more role playing elements from that than what you get for other games that are considered RPGs, because there's a lot of like dialogue and stuff like that happens in the tabletop, but there's a fuck ton of fighting too. And you got, as a DM like me taking a run of the campaigns I've been running, you've got to take and balance out the role playing through the dialogue and the intrigue and mystery that you put in there, along with fighting battles and stuff like that against monsters. And
I love the storyline in RPGs, but to me, I need the hack and slash fighting. Again, when we were talking about at the beginning, at the top of this show, we were talking about Valhalla, and I said the reason why I don't like Valhalla, I never got to the final point where I was going, is I find the fighting is the most clunky, fucking stupid fighting I've ever seen in a video game. It's so 2007 in the design of its fighting. I can't. It reminds me of God of War 1. Like, it's just like press mash buttons and you're flying around just fucking. And
that's whenever they actually block like you want to, or actually hit like you want to.
Yeah, it's fucking. I can't stand the fighting. I think that's what's ruining the game for me. And I played again. I'll try it again. I bought the game. It cost me $71. Of course, I'm going to play it some more. But I'm just like, I just got so fucking like, everyone told me to get it. They were all like, oh, Swami, you're going to like it. You're going to like it. You're like, I don't like it. Sure, I'm going to like it because I don't like Assassin's Creed, other than the fucking Pirates one because of the whale hunting. And that was the only thing I liked about that fucking Black Flag Assassin's Creed, was going out and for some reason spearing whales. Even though I don't want people to do that in real life, I thought it was fun to do in the game.
What is A3 exactly? I don't play mobile games. I know there are some good mobile games out there that.
Oh, we're talking about mobile games that we were making fun of at the beginning.
Well, no. Well, Candy Crush isn't really a game. We were talking about people who play Candy Crush and stuff like that. There's some
mobile games. Mobile games is a huge movement now, and they're very, very serious people. They get really mad if you don't call their shit gamers, which I find that funny. It's like there's a war between PCers, platformers, and now mobile guys. It used to just be PC versus platform. Now it's fucking PC platform versus mobile people.
Oh, you can play it on PC too. So, back when I had a better fucking back when I had a better phone, I'm trying to remember the name of the game, but it was like you could put.
I've got the best.
You could put 30, 40 hours into the fucking game, and it was, I can't remember the fucking name of it, but I had an iPhone at that time. Damn good graphics. It was mainly a hack and slash, but it's still, I was like, okay, if there's stuff like that, that's like gaming, but it's, I'm be honest with you. You're not gonna, unless you play like emulator type stuff, a lot of that stuff, unless it's got some kind of port, there's only so much you can do with a phone with gaming. Yep. You get very simplistic systems and stuff like that. I'm not going to discount your experience. If you have fun playing it, fuck it, play it by all means, because that's how you do stuff. Yeah. So, thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
End of AC without. See, I think if they take and do another Assassin's Creed, they need to take and reboot it, or take and give a whole new refresh to all the fucking controls and the way they take and do the systems in that game, because it is. You play the original, and then you play like the one for like Black Flag and around the Revolutionary War one. That was the nearest fucking update. The first fucking update of like any kind of anything with the fucking game that I've fucking seen. Because I played the first one. I liked the first one. The second one, I bought it and I fucking took it back to the store 2 days later because I was like, this is like playing the fucking first one. This is no fun. They didn't add anything to this shit. Same thing with the third one.
To me, it's really hard. I'm from Montreal, all right? Ubisoft is a Montreal-based company that was invented in Montreal and managed to garner huge success, around the fucking world. To me, I wanted to like the fucking game. And I don't know. To me, Ubisoft has slowly but surely kind of just faded to the background while the rest of the gaming industry seems to be pushing ahead and trying to fucking, evolve their fucking games. To me, CD Projekt Red right now is the top dog in the game, and that's why I'm really fucking looking forward to it. And they haven't made a game in fucking 8 years, so like whatever, like 4 years. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen with this fucking game. I really hope that they don't fuck it up. Like I really hope this is a fucking real deal. I hope this is not Dying Light, because I'm gonna be really mad if this is just Dying Light. All right. Dying Light was a decent game, but that's why I'm saying the first person shooter scaring me. I'm like, it's the only thing that's worrying me. I'm like, if this is fucking just Dying Light, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. All right, just Dying Light with better graphics, I'm not gonna be happy. I want to be able to go in every fucking building, every room, and not only do I want to be able to go into every fucking building, every room, I want to be able to interact with fucking every fucking thing that's in that world. I don't want it to be like, oh, you can't go in here, it's blocked because this building is just fucking wallpaper. I want to be able to go in everywhere, touch everything. If I go into a fucking place where there's hookers, I want to be able to sleep with all the hookers, not just 2 or 3. No, I'm serious. Not just 2 or 3 designated hookers. I want to be able to pick all the hookers that I want. I want to be able to talk to every person, have a conversation with every fucking individual. I want everything fucking that I can interact with. I just want it to be 100% interactable fucking content. I don't want only partial interactable. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, you want the full immersive experience is what you want.
I want like Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 fucking put it out there and made it that way. Now every game's got to be like Red Dead 2 or better. Better. Not just saying they got to be like Red Dead 2. They got to be better than Red Dead 2. They got to make it like fucking everything's evolving around me. Shit's being built around me. Fucking people are having a real conversation with me. They notice who I am. They recognize me. They remember me. I want that shit. I don't want fucking like automatons walking around.
Yeah.
If they're going to do in first person, they got to do it that way at least because they save fucking money doing first person. We all know that. We all know the first person thing is cheaper than them actually creating the character and making them all fucking walk through and shit like that. So they saved money on making it first person. They better have made the rest of it incredible. I don't want it just to be Doom Eternal or fucking, again, Dying Light. I'm not into it. I don't want it.
I'll be honest with you. I'd have been bummed out if they'd have done it in third person because you wouldn't have got the full experience, in my opinion. Because you're going to take and see more through that first person point of view than what you would with a third person. You're not going to see your character, but you'll be able to see the character models on the NPCs a lot better in first person than you will third person.
Depends on how the movement is done, though. Because if the movement is done like every other first person, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy with this shit. All right, like I'm not like. It's got to feel authentic. It's got to feel natural, the movement. I want it to feel like it's actually me, not just screen going forward and back and fucking pull forward, pull back, go side to side. I don't know, man. That's boring for me. That's been done for fucking 20 years now. It's got to change. It's got to, not even longer than 20 years. Fuck, when Doom came out, I was what, 13, 12? Wolfenstein came out, I was like 11.
Yeah.
But come on, It's got to be changed. It's got to be something different there. It's got to be a reason. Like, I want to see my arms sometimes, my hands come in front of my face, maybe if I'm fucking moving shit around, and not like a hand that kind of pops out like natural feeling kind of shit like that.
Have you watched any of the gameplay video or anything like that?
No, I'm waiting. I've seen a little tiny bit. I've seen a little tiny bit where they're showing where you're fighting this boss who's like got like dreadlocks and shit like that. He's a big dude in a ball or some shit like that. It was like the only video I kind of watched. I've watched a lot of talking about it, a lot of
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Gotta feel like Doom, says Yoda. Save money, I'm lost. First person choice was immersion, apparently. Oh, to me, you don't have to actually design the character. It saves money. if you don't have to actually design a character. So, you know, I would have liked it. They would have done it kind of the same way that you did it in Elder Scrolls, where you can either play in first person or third person. So you can kind of pull in and out. Same thing also in Red Dead, where you can pull in and out. You could either be playing first or you could play in third. So I think that would have been cooler. But again, I'm going to wait and see. I trust Project Red. They have, well, again, I've only played 3 games from them. They were all the Witcher series, but they were fucking awesome. So I'm gonna trust it that it'll be good. I'm hoping.
I see. I'm about to say The Witcher. You got more of the immersive experience, in my opinion, through the quest lines and the conversation that you did.
Well, Witcher was extremely immersive, and you weren't even playing as yourself. You were playing.
Oh yeah,
as Cyberpunk yourself, or if you want to play as yourself, you can make your character whoever you want. But me, honestly, I'm making my character Swami when I get the game. Swami's going through, and Swami's going to be fucked up. I'm having fun.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I might even be a hermaphrodite. I don't know.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I'm going to fucking have fun with that game. All right, brother. If you want to call it, you let me know.
I was about to say we're almost 2 hours into it, and it's been a pretty good stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we're going ahead and everybody that stopped in, I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't checked out Swami yet, Malted Montreal, do so.
If you're not an angry little beer tuber that's got 200 subscribers and for some reason has some weird fucking angst towards me because you're a teenage dirtbag, come by and say hello.
Oh dear God.
My wife just gave me a kiss.
You and the beer tubers. I don't know what the fuck happened. I do, but
you were here. All the people were watching. You were here. I didn't say nothing. He was making his little comments the whole night, fucking in the crowd. It's all there. Hey,
that's the reason why I didn't get in between none of it. I was like,
I listened and I was giggling. I thought it was funny. Again, they don't like you hanging out with me, Alan. They get jealous. They want.
I don't think it's so much jealous. I just think folks don't. Folks, I ain't worried about who doesn't like me hanging out with you. Fuck them. You're kind of like Algie. I mean, you've even grown him a wife. She likes you now, so she's like, oh yeah,
my wife's loved me forever. It's 15 years. You're saying your wife?
Yeah. My wife is like, because I was like, yeah, just folks don't like. She's like, well, he's an asshole, but he's a good asshole. So. You know what I'm saying? You get that.
The same thing. She said she didn't like me, and now she likes me. Mary said the same thing. They all say it, except for the beer tube community. But again, they're just mad because this guy that doesn't really do anything has more subs in them, more views in them, and the rest of it. It's okay, guys. I get it. You try hard. I don't try. I've got more views than you. Some people just naturally draw people, man. What do you want? You guys don't. You're boring. Figure it out. Stop. If I were you, this is what I would do if I were you guys. Let Rod J handle the beer tubing. The rest of you guys retire. Do something else. I don't know what it is. Figure it out. Do something that fucking entertains people because there's enough beer tubers. There's already enough of them. There's like 3 of them. They're good. All the ones that are good are already out there. The rest of you guys retire.
God damn.
Nobody needs to hear 900 reviews on fucking Ewing's Hershey beer. All right. No one cares.
I'm gonna take umbrage with that one, you fucking ass. No, I did for the old time's sake. That's one of the ones I actually reviewed for the old time's sake on the channel. But fuck it.
Well, there needs to be 700 of them. Come on, how else am I gonna know if I should buy the $2 beer or not? I don't want to waste my $2 on any beer. It's got to be on.
Wait. You're talking about beer tubers. There ain't no fucking self-respecting beer tuber reviewing a $2 beer, unless you're Ron Ontario, but that's only because he's got the clout and he's got a big enough fucking audience for it.
I think I just come from a province where beer's cheap, so it's different.
Might be that too.
Yeah,
could be.
Beer costs about $2 to $3 here. Even the craft beers are, I think, like $5 maximum. You can get some that are like $20, but who the fuck?
I need to move up. I need to move up there because hell, around here, fucking.
I don't buy Goose Island, so fuck it.
Well, the only expensive one from Goose Island really is the Bourbon County.
Oh, yeah, they suck. I'm telling you, when I did my Route 66 trip, all the people, all my followers, when I got to the States, they're all like, they all knew I was a stout guy. Everyone knows I'm a stout guy. Everyone knows I love my stouts. They're all like, well, Lonnie, when you get up here, we are going to get you the best. Like, and every place, Chicago, fucking Kansas, everywhere I hit, Las Vegas, every time I met fans, they were coming up to me and they were bringing me 4-packs of Goose Island, and they were telling me the shit cost them $45 for a 4-pack or some shit. And I was like, I never heard of this stuff. I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, it's bourbon age. You like whiskey, you like beer, you're gonna love it. I'm like, okay. Me and Pierre, I'm talking, this is 2 people. It's not just my opinion. This is 2 guys. Fucking, and I'm a stout lover. Pierre, he's more IPA and sours and shit like that. But anyway, we kept on going through and I was like, I don't get it. We weren't like grossed out throwing up. We were like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why this is $45. They're all like, oh, they're aged in fucking Buffalo Trace barrels and this.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace, I think Wild Turkey and something else. And it's just like,
and I was like, it's so woody. It's who wants tannins in their beer? You want tannins in wine. You want tannins in whiskey. You don't want tannins in beer. You don't want like a salty, fucking woody, like pencil sharpened taste in the back of my beer. I don't want that stuff. No offense. Like, it doesn't work for me.
All right, for if anybody's watching this on my reaction channel, and I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. For anybody that's watching on my reaction channel, if you take and request Nick Natoli, I will not take and look no more videos by Nick Natoli because he's a fucking. I know conspiracy theory, like that. I'm steeped in conspiracy theory. This motherfucker's off the deep end with that shit, and he's rapping and integrating it all into it, all into his music. I'm not. No. Not happening.
What's a
no fucking more? He's a rapper. He's fucking the QAnon. He QAnon and shit like that. And it's like, if I want to take and I'll read about it. If you're gonna put conspiracy theory in, take and put conspiracy theory that hadn't been regurgitated 400 million fucking times. Like, for real.
All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna say, if you guys like motorcycles, come check out Malted in Montreal. I do politics, I do motorcycles, I do entertainment. I don't do whiskey anymore, so don't ask me to do whiskey reviews.
We appreciate it, Rough Sleeper. Yeah, check out Malted Montreal. For everybody that stopped in, whether you're on Twitch or one of the 2 YouTube channels, greatly appreciated. Y'all be good to each other and love yourselves. And yeah, peace.